Yo! What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Obe TA, where we go live and look at the markets, try to figure out what's going on, look for areas to maybe make a little bit of money. All right, dude. Happy Wednesday. Fun fact for you today. On this date, and 1683, don't double check that, all right? Don't be Googling it. I believe it was 1683. William Penn founded Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right, let's go William Penn. Good job finding the city, okay? Very nice. Nicely done. Congrats. Penance paid. Good work, all right? William Penn, good guy. I think that's Pennsylvania's named after him or whatever, right? But yeah, man, on this day, at that date, 1683, I think, my brain sucks with memory stuffs. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. So, founded Philadelphia, nice. Also, I don't always just make the thumbnails for no reason. It wasn't a bunch of nukes going off because crypto is selling off today, right? And just looking like a big old pile of poo. Except for some noticeable gainers, which we will get into later. But yeah, actually, and let me make sure I get this right. I thought this was very weird to me. There were a lot of nukes that went off, a lot of nuclear tests that went off on October 27th. Okay? All throughout history. A little weird, but so I wrote them down here because I was going through, and I like to just kind of go through the day's history, see what happened on this day, anything significant, whatever, right? Pay penance to the history. Everybody knows the saying, right? Those who do not learn are doomed to repeat, yada, yada, yada. But I like to go through and look at this stuff. I'm kind of a history dork when it comes to that. If you couldn't tell by the Greek mythology stuff, whatever. But, so on this day, on October 27th, all right, The USSR detonated a nuke 1961. The USA, 1962, had an atmospheric test at Johnston Island. The USA had a 1962 nuclear test at the Nevada test site. China, 1966 at Lop Nor. Novoya Zemlya, whatever that is, USSR, 1966. France set one off, 1984, Muroa. And USSR again, 1984, Eastern Kazakh. So I don't know what it is about October 27th, but it gets people in the nuke mood, I suppose. All right, so hopefully there's no nukes going off today or tonight, whatever. Just relegated to crypto. But yeah, a lot of nukes going off on this date. Thought it was interesting. Wanted to share. All right, so let's get to the real reason as to why you guys are here. All right, Bitcoin is selling off. It's not going crazy. It's not going all-time highs just yet. We're continuing at least. It's selling off, man, and not in a weak way. Okay, you're painting bearish engulfing candles here. One here from October 21st. One here from October 26th. All right, gross. Coming back down into what we knew would be support. These levels, all right? February 21st is where you're testing right now, all right? That's what you're holding on to. Also from this shoulder, May 9th. So, we knew that this was going to be a strong level of support. But, what do we want to do from here? We want to go ahead and look to see how likely it is to hold. Rob, what, dude? About what, man? You feel weird about what? My nuclear history? William Penn, maybe? You got a problem with William Penn? You live in his city, dude. I don't know if you missed that part, but he founded Philadelphia on this date back in 1683. And before I say that for a fourth time, now might be a good time to actually confirm that. 1682! Oh, man. 1682, I was close. I came into USSR talk. Yeah, dude, I'm talking about all the nukes that have been set off on today's date throughout history. I was going through all the significant historical stuff that went on this date. And I noticed a lot of nuclear tests that were recorded all over the world. China, France, USSR, and USA. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, so here's what we would do with Bitcoin if we wanted to see if this level would hold, okay? Because on the daily, we don't got anything. That's just negative momentum building. No kind of divergence or anything to support. You're just at levels of historical support and strong levels, okay? These are major inflection points from history. So it makes total sense that you're treating this as support. You've been treating it as support all day. Terrarium behind your left shoulder. That is my fish tank, okay? My fish tank, I've got with a couple fish in it, all right? We got Moira, we got Wax and Wane, named after the moon phases. And then we got Sun and Sue for Sucker 1 and Sucker 2, because they're two sucker fish. Sun, Suck 1, is the big one. He's a little bit of an asshole. He has attacked the other fish. I think he ripped off Moira's fin, but that's neither here nor there, all right? So they're all cohabitating now, so whatever, all right? But yeah, not a terrarium, man. It's a fish tank. 10 gallon. I told the guy at the store 20, though, just so he wouldn't stop me from buying the fish, but they're happy, dude. Got the whole tank to herself. Okay, so yeah. Take a look at Bitcoin here. We want to move it over to the 4 hour to see if we're getting any kind of help, to see if we'll pivot at this level of support, okay? Now, what you will see here, let me get rid of this so I can draw it out live for you. You are showing potential Class A bullish divergence going on the MACD, all right? So you've got a higher low here with a lower low, signs of seller exhaustion, at least on the 4 hour. Could hold this as support and run it up, could not, might fail, right? That daily is not showing anything. So if this can continue, again, you've been testing this level, each candle is 4 hours, so 4, 8, 12, 16, right? You've been testing this support literally all day long, okay? And you painted a little bit of a inverted hammer on it, potentially a bearish engulfing, a small one, but a bearish engulfing, okay? So could just develop and sell through the support. And we will look at where it would go if it does that. All right, but if we move it over to the hourly, maybe that'll help us out with what the 4-hour will do. Nothing really going on the hourly. Again, just testing that level, moving sideways. A little bit of Class A bullish divergence going on at this level, but almost kind of looks like a bear flag on the hourly. So I'm not seeing anything that makes the 4-hour argument stronger, which would make the daily stronger. All right. So let's take a look at what's going on here, the context, all right? Because this is actually super interesting. Let me move it back over to the daily. Okay. So let's take a look at Bitcoin here. All right. And we're going to take a look historically here. So we're going to go back to gain some context here, because historical context is important when it comes to this stuff. All right. So here's what we're going to do. It's had its run. It seems to be selling off. When's it going to stop? Here's how a good way to identify where it could potentially stop. And if you're wondering where you want to come in to buy Bitcoin, let me show you something here. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back in history. Let me get Captain Hindsight in here. We're going to go back in history and in hindsight, take a look at what happened with Bitcoin and then try to see if it rhymes with the present, right? Doesn't always repeat itself, but it often rhymes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use Fibonacci levels to try and see how Bitcoin behaves after it goes on major runs. And let me show you something here. So here's where we would start it, because you had this little sell-off back here from November 25th. We'll go ahead, plot the bottom, bring it to the top of the run, all right? That's how you Fibonacci. Notice the retrace, okay? 50% retrace, right? At the 0.5, this gold line right here, okay? Retrace 50% of its value from that swing up before going again, all right? So we have one. Now we do the exact same thing for the next run up. Go from the bottom, bring it up to the top. Look at where it stops. 50% retrace. Okay, do you see where I'm going with this? All right, so 50% retrace on the second run up before running again. Fibonacci it again, all right? Look at where it comes down. Okay, a little bit past the 50% retrace. At this point, I lost it in the sauce here. Right here, okay? So this one actually comes down to the 618, which is the golden retrace, okay? So the 618 being even potentially stronger than the 50%. The point here is that after its runs, this is now 3 times in a row, once, twice, thrice, that it has retraced either 50% was the first two, and then the 618 right in between 50% and the 618, okay? So you're seeing a theme here. After Bitcoin runs, historically, it will retrace about 50% of its value before running again, okay? We're going to keep that 618 in mind for when we move towards the present, but, I mean, look, dude. 1, 2, 3, all right? Retrace, 2, 3, and then guess what? You've got another one right over here, all right? So another run, retraced, look where it's at. Can you see that? Right here, 50%. Right here. That's the 50% retrace zone, okay? So it retraced 50% again before going on its most current run, okay? So historically, Bitcoin loves to retrace 50% of its value after major runs before running again. All right, and this is all within the past year. So all of this within the past year, it's already happened 4 times on all of these runs. You have to, you don't have to assume, but it makes sense to assume that it would do the same thing this time, right? Like, why wouldn't it do it? Unless you can actually hold these levels of support back here and start to rally from there. Because at that point, I think, you're not even down to the 382, right? Which is just a shallow retrace. So, and you very well could, but I'm not seeing anything on the hourly or the 4-hour that's implying that this level is going to hold, okay? And if it does, and you just end up going back up this way or come back up to test the all-time high again, could happen, but from what I'm seeing on the hourly, the 4 hour, kind of looking like you're going to fall below this point, all right, if they move into each other. So let's see here. Where was I going with this? Well, we had the 50% retrace here. All right, so here's what we're going to do. And this is going to be a little bit of a lesson on confluence. Let me get him out of here. This is going to be a lesson on confluence, okay? So this is something very beneficial for you to use that will help you in determining levels of value, right? And what are we looking for on Bitcoin right now? It's starting to sell off. If it falls below these major levels of support, where is it probably going next? Probably coming down to this shoulder that we would have regarded as support anyways if it ever got back down to that level. Now, how can you make the argument that that would in fact be a good level of support? So here's what we would do. We're going to Fibonacci this exact same run, right? We did it on these ones. They all came back about 50% before running again. So here is what confluence is. Notice where the 50% retrace is, okay? It is almost directly on top of this line of support from this peak, which was once resistance, September 7th. All right, so that is confluence. Confluence is when you have the line of the Fibonacci lining up with something totally separate, like a support line. All right, the two merge, they become a super line, especially given the historical context. That's where you could expect to see a pivot back towards the upside and maybe continue the run, okay? And here's the thing, if you fall below the 50% retrace, let's say the only other context we really have is that it retraced to the 618 the one time, right back here. And let's just say here, I want to show you one other thing real quick, how you could tell, because look, it retraced 50, 50. How would we have known that it didn't just retrace 50 here before continuing? You have to take a look, again, this is all in hindsight, but on your way up, and just remember this for, this rally if it does continue. Notice how each move up was kind of dramatic, or it was getting less dramatic each move, right? So you can almost paint kind of a curve on, or a rounding kind of shape with how this is moving, right? It's kind of going like this. And when it's doing that, it's making higher highs, but it's making lower highs on the oscillators, all right? You had it once, twice, okay? So you're getting like double class A bearish divergence kind of stuff going on the way up. That is telling you that the asset is losing steam as far as the buying is concerned, all right? Okay, still with me? So this is an indication that you're losing steam on the way up. You also had it on the RSI. All right, take a look. Once, twice, three times. You're making a higher high on each one of these lower highs. All right, you're having lower amounts of buying momentum, but you're still making higher highs. That is class A bearish divergence, all right? The strongest of reversal indicators. So once you got it for the third time, you need to be on look each time, but then it got to the highest point here, confirmed it for like really almost a fourth time. You did confirm it for a fourth time on the RSI, and then it sold off, made a lower high than your local, not your local, but your high over here from March 16th, which was really your real kind of first lower high, and also painted somewhat of a head and shoulders pattern. At that point, it confirmed this level as resistance back from April 2nd and then sold off, okay? But you can see the signals of exhaustion going on your way up. But we're talking about now. Okay, just keep that in mind if this does in fact go to the 50%, follow history, and continue up, okay? If you start to see, you've got a pretty dramatic move here, and if you start to see it kind of taper off, all right, that can give you an indication as to when to potentially take profits, when to get out, etc., etc. All right. But yeah, let's get back to the confluence here, okay? Because I'll tell you what, if it gets down into this level, I'm buying Bitcoin here all day long. And let me show you where. All right, so remember, historically, retraces 50% of its run. If it does that, you're going to line up directly on this line of support from September 7th, all right? So here's what we'll do. If you fall below that, the 618 is going to be your next line of confluence, and this is what you can do in order to Give yourself a nice visual there, okay? This green zone is exactly, and you want to wait, keep this in mind as well. If you do get down into this area, get to the top of this green box, this green zone, you're going to want to start seeing some reversal indicators, right? You're going to want to see, at that point, this MACD will most likely be past your prior high back here, September 12th, or low, I guess I should say. And at that point, as long as you stay above this low back in September here, and you start to make a higher low, you will have hidden bullish divergence, okay? And that will be a signal of continuation to the upside. And what you'll want to wait for when you do get down to this level, you'll want to wait for a Japanese candlestick pattern or something, a reversal indicator like a morning star or a bullish engulfing candle, something, okay? At which point you'll have the candle reversal, you'll have the potential hidden bullish divergence at the 50% retrace at historical support, okay? I'm taking that trade all day long. And if it just gets down below down to the 618 and then starts showing those signs, I'm taking it there too. So this green zone right here is really just a buy zone, all right? You got to watch out for it to get down there. If it does, man, buying it all day long, dude. All right. That's where I personally am expecting this to go. Just given, again, the 4-hour and the hourly stuff going on. The 4-hour, you had some potential Class A bullish divergence, maybe, but now it's just building again, right? So nothing indicating, at least on the shorter term, that this will hold. And you haven't, did you close below it yet? You haven't closed below it yet. So if you get a 4-hour candle close that closes below this level of support, you could be seeing 53 in your near future, which is fine. Again, you want to see that because that's where you want to look to get in on the asset if it starts showing signs of reversal, right? If you're asking yourself, when should I buy Bitcoin? This green zone, man, that's where you should buy Bitcoin, given it's confirming areas of reversal. Okay. So that's Bitcoin, man. Just to put you at ease, this stuff is totally normal. It retraces 50% almost every single time when it's doing stuff like this. So if you're looking to get in at the bottom of the area, 50% retrace at 618, this zone right here. All right. And also, to boot, on the 618 confluence line, super line, whatever you want to call it, is at 50,000. 50,600, but 50,000. It's right around $50,000, being a major psychological number. Okay, so just throw that into the mix there with that. All right, I love it at the 618. I like it a lot at the 50%. I love it at the 618. All right, so this zone, I'm buying it all day long, man. Okay. Cool. How you guys doing? How's everybody feeling? Who in here has Shiba Inu? If you have Shiba Inu, then you're probably having a good day. Might not last, but you're having a good day today, at least, right? It was up 70% at one point. Where's it at now? It's up 69.48%. 69%. Nice. And we'll get to it, all right? I mean, how can you not? Everything else is going down, and Shib's, it's not even like it's up marginally, right? It's up 70%, so we'll look at it, I guess. All right. But yeah, man, that's Bitcoin. Love this level down here. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum. Okay. And let me backtrack one second because I forgot to talk about something with Bitcoin. Remember in the last, if you weren't here, you won't remember me talking about this, but the confirmation of breakout to higher prices. Well, I feel like I have make sure, like skin on my lip or something. The confirmation of the breakout to higher prices, right? Because you had your highest weekly candle close ever back on October 11th, and then you see me. So that's step one, right? You broke out and you closed above at all time highs. You then want the second candle to stay above the close high from the prior all-time high. So notice that it closed here at about 60,921, where the prior high was at about 59,947, about 60,000. So it closed above it, okay? So that's step 2. So step 1 and 2 are complete. Step 3, to confirm this breakout, you'll want something like a bullish engulfing candle here, okay? It doesn't seem like you're getting it. So as far as a weekly time scale is concerned, you have 4 days and 1 hour. Shit. You have 4 days and 1 hour to get this thing back above. And this is a small red body, okay? So in those 4 days, who knows? Maybe it reverses at support instead of going down to the 50% retrace and pushes this weekly candle back above, and you get your bullish engulfing candle, which would technically confirm the 1, 2, 3 step breakout, right? And then you should expect to see a lot more upside. Those fib levels we talk about at like 84,000 at that point. So you got 4 days to do it. If you don't, you're probably going down into this green zone. Okay, that's it.
Right.
Rob, what do you want to be when you grow up? Huh? Matter, dude? Cat got your tongue? Let's move it over to Ethereum, alright? So, Ethereum. Alright, the double top that just couldn't. I was trying to think of like a little engine that could reference or something. Whatever, dude. You try it. But yeah, remember back here, October 21st, you came up, you touched the all-time high and just got rejected right off it, all right? Seemingly confirming it as resistance. Yuck, all right? Now this is on the daily, so we're going to move it over to the weekly. And remember how I said the 1, 2, 3 step to confirm a breakout. You had a breakout on the weekly for Ethereum. But you are currently, and you have 4 days and 1 hour to confirm step 2, you are at the all-time high, so you need to close right here or higher. If you don't, breakout was weak, and you could see it come back down to lower levels, all right? And we're going to take a look at where Ethereum might go. Don't say doing your wife, don't say doing your wife, don't say doing your wife, doing your son? All right. All joking aside, though, you're working on step 2. If you could... You're right there, man. I don't know. If you can close it above that level, technically... Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's going to. Alright. You have no edge on the daily. Okay, so... Let's see if the 4 hour maybe is helping out the daily's case. Not really. You're at the same low you were on the 24th. Higher levels of negative momentum. All right. Now, if you had lower levels of negative momentum and start to pivot, you would have what's called Class B bullish divergence, which is a same low in price with lower levels of negative momentum, or higher lows, I guess I should say. Higher lows of negative momentum. So it'd be something like this, but you don't have that, right? You just have negative momentum building, continuing to build, not really showing any signs of stopping. Indecision candles, you just had a bearish, you're working on a bearish engulfing candle in 30 minutes. So if you close that bearish engulfing candle, you're probably falling below the 3982 support. And from there, the only other one I have drawn is 3,664. All right, shout out to apple cider time, dude. Apple cider season, full effect. Nice. Okay. So let's take a look at Ethereum, right? Okay, 4 hour doesn't look great. Maybe the hourly's helping it out. Just a bunch of indecision candles, all right? People don't know what to do from 1 hour to the next on Ethereum. It's just going sideways, making these weird indecision candles, okay? So there's no help there. You're actually below this low from that October 24th spot on the hourly at least, okay? So below the 200-day moving average, you know, pending price movement to the downside. Did it just shift on me or what? You're also holding this shoulder. So yeah, I mean, if you fall below this shoulder and fall below this local low, I think you're going to 3,664. All right. But let's take a look at what that might mean for us. And we could do something similar, okay? So like what we did with Bitcoin, measuring the Fibonacci level, just do it on Ethereum, man. Just play around with stuff, see what it does. On Ethereum, look at that, okay? 50% retrace before running up. And just a little note here, the 50% retrace is not a Fibonacci level, all right? 50% retrace is a product of Dow theory, which is Charles Dow, who founded the Dow Jones. His theory, in very simplified terms, was just that after major market runs, they, more oftentimes than not, will retrace 50% of their value, of the run's value, before running again. And then we have the oscillators and stuff. I'm sure he probably talks about measuring momentum or whatever, but we have the oscillators to see when the asset is losing steam, when it's showing bearish divergence. Okay, that's our cue that the market is cooling off. And then when it is cooling off and it's showing the signs of selling off, then we can expect to, you know, keep an eye out for the 50% retrace to get back in. Okay. But so it had its 50% retrace here, okay, on this run up to the upside. But here's something interesting that I wanna take a look at. Because the 50% retrace also lined up almost perfectly with the support back here from May 26th and June 3rd. All right. So again, areas of confluence. All right. 50% retrace at a level of support just made the argument stronger that it could reverse there. Okay. And that's what you want to keep your eye on. 618, 786, 886 at levels of support. I mean, the 382 could even line up on a level of support, and it could reverse at that point. It makes the 382 argument stronger. But let's go ahead. What did I want to take a look at here? Let's do this. So let's go ahead on the current run up that it had, and just for curiosity's sake, it was up 64%, all right, in the course of like a month. So you can't complain about it. 64% in the course of a month. All right, we run up from the low to the high, Fibonacci. All right, you've retraced about to the 236, all right? Very shallow retrace, not even the 382 to the 618. 382 is really the only kind of actual retrace area. 236 is kind of irrelevant. In this case, it's at this shoulder, which is what you're currently trying to hold on to, but you're also currently falling below it. All right, so unless it starts pivoting now and you have 27 minutes, I fully expect that it breaks this shoulder and heads down to the 50% retrace, which is right down here at this shoulder. The 382 and the 50 are there. So 382 might give you something, but you're going to head down to this shoulder from September 16th. Okay, most likely, because you got it September 16th. It was also a level of resistance October 8th. So you've got 2 points that line up, all right, around the 382 in between the 50%, okay. But here's what I wanted to take a look at. And this is just a confirmed pattern that I want to show you here. All right, so you had from the low to the high, the swing right around, okay, 618. It retraced about 61.8% of its value to the, what is point D? The first point D on the ABCD pattern, the 1272 Fibonacci level, okay, which also happened to be directly at the all-time high, a level of resistance. And look what it did, man. It rejected, it sold off, which what that does is confirms the bearish ABCD pattern, okay? So you just confirmed, I mean, really you kind of confirmed it October 21st, but now the follow-through price action seems to be selling off a little bit. On the 4-hour, even on the hourly. So in my eyes, I would confirm this ABCD bearish pattern, which just adds to the argument of maybe selling off a little bit more, okay? So, but here's where everything is okay. And we could just draw literally another one. So let's take the historical context. All right, the most recent run that it had forming this ABCD pattern, retrace 61.8% of its value. And we know that that is a common area. So what we're going to do is we'll just do another ABCD, right? If we expect that it retraces 61.8% of its value again, it lines up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this up here just to start. All right, we'll leave that there. The 618, and you'll notice that from A to C here, okay, which just means that from this point down, from B, which is the top, 61.8% down to C of A, okay? So this point at C would be a 61.8% retrace from the start of the run, the low, to the high, all right? And that's exactly what you had here. A, B, 61.8% retrace before running up to the pattern completion zone of the ABCD, all right? But if Ethereum decides to repeat itself, and the reason that it might or could is because the 618 lines up with this little shoulder back here, all right, this level of support. So you have confluence again. If I were to just do the regular Fibonacci tool, you would see the 618 lines up right where this C point is, all right, which lines up directly with this area of not accumulation, but sideways action. I can't think of the word right now. Consolidation. There we go. Consolidation.
Right.
Are you sure about that?
Okay. So this little area of consolidation, nice little platform to catch the asset on the way back down. So 618 retrace, the golden retrace, historical context, okay? If it starts showing signs of reversing, if it gets down to C, that's where I'm looking for it. So if you're asking yourself again, where would be a good place to buy Ethereum? C would be a good place to buy Ethereum after you get confirmation of the asset showing signs of reversing there, all right? But you can expect to see signs of reversal there because of the, prior price action, the support, the historical context of Ethereum retracing to the 618. All right. And you can see on that 618 retrace, look, you put it at the bottom. All right. Off of this shoulder here from June 15th, you'll see this long wick that got up and touched that price before treating it as resistance and selling off. Okay. So that is also an area of support historically. 618 lined up with it. So it's very powerful to line the Fibonacci retrace lines up with historical support lines, all right? Especially major historical support. All right, that's a very, very good way of finding a good level to get in on assets, okay? So if history repeats itself, and this gets down to the 618 at levels of support, you could expect to see it continue its run again. And this is what's interesting about this. So the 1272 gets it to about 4,000. All right, about $4,679. All right. Now, the ABCD pattern can either pivot at the 1272 or the 1618. And I want to show you where the 1618 puts Ethereum. It's gonna blow your mind, dude. $5,021. Realistically, it's gonna be right on 5,000. So let me just put that there. Okay. We'll even change the color up a little bit. Make it purple. But I mean, look at that. All right. So if it gets down to the 618, confirms that and starts reversing back to the upside, dude, I'm buying it all day long down at point C. And I'm kind of expecting it at this time, after confirming that as support, to get to that 1618 at psychological $5,000, where that is where you would want to take profits. Okay. You're at point D at that point of the bearish ABCD pattern completion zone, at a major level of psychological resistance. Yeah, that would be a smart area to take some profits. Okay. And if you were to play it perfectly, I mean, that would be a move of about 49% for your money. All right. How long would it take to get there? I don't know, but it's just an idea. All right, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but using historical context and these, levels, it would make sense for that to happen, okay? And if it gets, and we're trying to plan for the future, so if it gets there, I will have some dry powder ready to go, all right? Cool. How we feeling in here? Who is in here, by the way? Taylor, you in here? Hey. She probably doesn't want to respond because she doesn't want to get caught on the mic. Doing your son?
Okay!
Yeah, man. That's Ethereum, okay? Don't be too afraid of assets selling off, all right? This is where opportunity starts to present itself. So start planning now, all right? Don't be distracted by the next thing we're going to look at when it's already gone nuts, okay? There's nothing to be done on it. You know what I'm going to talk about next, I guess, right? It was in the thumbnail, blah, 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 blah. Let's get to it. Okay, interesting stuff going on, all right? Prepare now. All right. Let's move it over to Shiba. At this moment, it is up 68.75% on the day. So let's do some technical analysis on it, I guess, right? Let's look at the weekly. The weekly is up 124% after 3 days. So 4 days, 1 hour to close out the weekly. Okay. 18 minutes to close out the daily. All right. So let's see. Shiba Inu. Is this a good level to buy Shiba Inu? We just had a spiel about looking for areas of retracement. 50%. I just spit all over my damn self. Shiba got me all what's the word? Viscous, maybe? We just talked about how you look for opportunity at areas of the asset selling off, right? The 50% retrace, the 618 at areas of confluence with historical support. Shiba Inu is up in outer space right now. All right. I don't know what happened today. I didn't really, I'm going to be completely honest here. I did not look into why Shiba might be doing this. It's probably just a social thing, kind of like what Doge would do, and it just today, for whatever reason, got popular to buy. People saw what it was doing yesterday, and they just decided, hey, now's a good time to buy it at 1/100,000th of a penny. That's a great time to buy it. But anywho, you are, Tank, you doubled it. You pretty much doubled up from that point. So, hey, dude, if you're in on it, I'm not going to hate the player, okay? Congrats on your achievement, I guess. Nice analysis. Nice application of the fundamentals and, not FOMOing in and being rational about what you put your money into, Shiba Inu is a good investment. Okay. So, all jokes aside, there's really no explanation technically as to why Shiba Inu did what it did, okay? You could talk about it. Yesterday it had already been above it. You could talk about it October 25th on the daily, breaking above, I guess. I don't think this is its all-time high. This is just the most recent data we have. Maybe it is. Maybe somebody could correct me on that, but your all-time high of 1/100,000th of a penny back on May 10th. You broke above it for the first time October 25th. Maybe that was the trigger, okay? Trying to apply technical analysis to stuff like this is kind of ridiculous. But the reality of the situation is that Shiba Inu is the number 11 overall coin as far as market cap is concerned. And we're going to go there, actually. We're going there. We're going. There's no stopping us now. It's number 10. Oh, it just overtook Doge. Would you look at that? Aw. Doge's little baby Shiba Inu, all grown up. Doge getting kicked to the curb, man. Getting taken out behind the shed, I guess. Okay, number 10. It's officially in the top 10 as far as market cap. $38.858 billion has been invested into Shiba Inu. Congrats on getting in on the ground floor. What is the difference between Shiba and other crypto? I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know what Shiba Inu is made of. I have been to the website, and I happen to know, whoops, what is it, shibainu.com or something like that? Actually, you know, we can just get to it. Let's do this. Where's their website's going to be right here. Look, a decentralized meme token that evolved into a vibrant ecosystem. Okay, so the thing with Shib is that it was created to be a meme. It was created as a joke. It was, you know, I don't know. I guess they probably came off of the Ethereum network, and in a way, it can operate. I mean, just like Doge. If somebody wants to accept Shiba Inu as cash, you can do it, I suppose. I think. I don't even know if you can transact in it, really. But it's got 33... Or no. Where'd it go? 394 trillion tokens in circulation. And the difference is just that where Bitcoin has like its finite supply and was created almost with a purpose, okay? Shiba Inu was created to be the meme of a meme. It was created for the sole purpose of just trying to catch the Doge wave to make money, all right? And there were a bunch of people sitting in a boardroom just going, you know, people will never... One guy was going, hey, why don't we make Shiba Inu coin, right? Look what happened with Doge. And his two friends were like, yeah, you're an idiot, dude. People aren't that stupid. They're not going to buy it, right? And he's like, nah, man, I think people will actually buy it. Let's give it a shot. So they're like, all right, whatever. And they real quick whipped up Shiba Inu. And it just, like, they're probably sitting there questioning humanity at this point. Because why would you ever put your money into this thing? And I know the answer to it is because you're trying to get rich very quickly, just like with Doge, right? I mean, you see it going up like crazy. They had some good advertising, maybe. They got their name out there. But buying Shiba Inu, I mean, dude, I'm trying to get ahead of the curve. I'm not buying Shiba Inu. I'm buying, let's see, Shiba Vax. I'm going to get in on Shiba Vax on the ground floor, okay? Shiba Swap. Shibance. Right? I think there's all different colors, too. Pixel Shiba Inu. Why not get some Pixel while you're at it? Why not get some baby Shiba Inu, okay? Some green Shiba Inu. That's new, too. This is the new one. And then they got the old one. Shiba Inu Moon. Shibal Inu Moon. Shibal. Why not get some of that, dude? Get some pink Shiba Inu. Alright, I know I'm beating a dead horse, man, but this stuff is just... It's honestly like dangerous, man, because what's happening is you have people currently buying Shiba Inu right now. And we just literally looked at what assets often do sometimes, or just often do, right? And when it goes up this fast, it comes down just as fast. So if this thing just retraces 50% of its value, let's go down to the 50% retrace, right? Very common areas for assets to retrace. Because it went up this fast, it will most likely come back down this fast as well. And you have to understand that Shiba Inu is literally the joke of a joke. There is no intrinsic value whatsoever. It's just people buying, hoping that other people will buy, and they'll get out before they do, because they're, you know, we're the smarter ones, whatever the case is. Everybody else is dumb that's buying it, except me that owns it. And I'm going to get out before they do. But I just got to wait for it to get to 1/10,000th of a dollar, okay? Trust me, man, I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I've been in on stuff like this before, years back. The problem is that when it goes up this high, if you're hodling Shiba, when it does dump, and it will dump, oftentimes the exchange like freeze up. You can't even sell it if you wanted to. So something as worthless as Shiba Inu, just like, why even get involved in the first place? Why take the risk of getting in? And you know you're FOMOing when you're getting into this, right? Like, you know that it's FOMO, and you know that FOMO is not a good thing. Yes, maybe you happen to make some money on it because it's just gone stupid, but you FOMO'd into it. And FOMOing into assets, especially ones as worthless as Shiba Inu, let's keep it real, is not a good strategy for making money in the long run when it comes to crypto, okay? If you put $1 million in and it went up 300% in the course of 2 days and you just, tripled your money and now you retire and you're living large and whatever, then congrats, okay? You could have got that done down at the casino. But imagine putting in like $1,000 right now. You're way overbought on the RSI. You're at 91.59. This thing never really gets above 100. I've seen that happen once. I think it might have actually been with Doge. Never gets above 100, so you are extremely overbought on the daily. You are extremely overbought on the weekly. I think the highest level, you've ever had. Not much history, but extremely overbought on the weekly. Overbought on the 4-hour, up at 90. This thing is extremely overbought, man. So if you're buying this now, this is literally just the recipe to get wrecked. All right?
Okay! Come on, man.
That's it, though, man. I mean, what am I going to do with this? All right, you're up 70% on the day. Your level of support is... Let's move to the 4-hour. Your only support, if you were to sell off at this point, is right back down here. Okay? Which is a drop of about 50%. So imagine you put in 10 grand into this thing, and imagine that you're using your money like from your day job. Even $1,000. If you're getting paid $20 an hour, I mean, what is that, 50 hours of work? No, not 50 hours. Yeah, 50 hours. Yeah, 50 hours of work. So 50 hours of work you just invested into Shiba Inu coin. I can't, dude. I just can't get over it, man. I don't like this stuff because it also just gives crypto like a bad name. People that aren't very savvy with the crypto markets or understand, when they get in and they kind of dip their toe in and they go, oh, wow, number 10 coin, what's this? Shiba Inu. And they look at it and they're rational and they realize that it's a total joke. It just gives the whole market kind of a bad vibe. And it's obviously a bubble. A lot of cryptos in here are bubbles, but I mean, this is obviously a bubble. This is like the worst penny stock you could ever get invested in. Congratulations on the rise, but I mean, dude, I would get out ASAP. Take the money you got, don't get too greedy, and if it goes up another 100%, dude, who cares? All right, you've won. All right, you put it on black hits. So just get out while you can, man. This is a horrible place to buy this. Hating on Shib, yes I am, all right? Because trash deserves to get hated on, all right? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna be like one of these people. This is one of the main reasons I started this thing. I'm not gonna be one of these people that get on Shiba to the moon, dude. Get it on Shib because it's popular and it's gonna get people to come and watch. I'm not gonna do that. I'll never shill trash like this to people because I know what's gonna end up happening with this thing. You really think Shiba Inu is gonna be around in 2 years? 3 years, whatever? I get it, you're playing short term, but like, why buy garbage when there are things that have applications like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance? Like 60% in the course of a month is not good enough for you. You need it in a day. Like, there's just no patience. And one of the most famous quotes in investing by Warren Buffett himself, War Buff, coming in saying the market is designed to transfer wealth out of the hands of the impatient into the patient. Buying Shiba Inu coin is being an impatient person. And if his theory holds true, you will have your wealth transferred into the hands of the patient. Okay? That's pretty much it. Alright, you want to be shorting it at these levels, but I just don't know with stuff like this because who's to say on this stupid run that it's doing, it doesn't just go up another 100%, okay? It's not showing any kind of, it's just very overbought, but it's not showing like a bearish divergence or anything like that yet. And you can move to the 1 hours and stuff to try and get that information, but you just painted a morning star. In 5 minutes, if this closes here, you're painting a morning star. on Shib on the hourly, all right, which could imply even higher prices. But don't buy it, man. Do not buy it now. Yeah, you might even get another additional 20 or 30%, but dude, it's just not worth the risk. All right, just be a little bit patient, okay? People trading in the traditional markets and stocks are stoked when it's up 12% on the year, okay? Bitcoin will get you like 100% year over year most of the time. I don't know about now because it's gotten so big, but even Ethereum and like Cardano and stuff like that, like you'll still get, not guaranteed, but over time you should have good gains as long as Bitcoin keeps going and the crypto market as a whole keeps on going. This kind of stuff, man, you're just gambling. That's all it is. All right, that's it. That's my rant on Shib, though, dude. I'm done talking about it. Unless it goes up another 100, then I'll probably have to cover it again for the algorithm or whatever. But yeah, dude.
What, you're selling fruit bowls or something?
Cool. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look, actually, at Cardano. I think it's actually at interesting levels here. After dumping, Cardano's down about 10% today, okay? So, dude, if you like Cardano, man, now's the time to be looking for an area to get in. So let's take a look. You touch this 618. All right. So you have come down, and remember what we were talking about earlier in the prior streams. You were in this range, right? Just kind of going like this, and I told you it could either go up or down. I don't like to take trades when it's just range bound like that because it could just sell out. You don't know. It's kind of a coin toss. And on this, Bitcoin ended up selling off a little, and the crypto market freaked out, so it went through the bottom and it dumped out. And that's why I didn't take the trade where it was, okay? Not every day has a moment to take the trade, unless you're like day trading, you're playing minutes and stuff. I don't know. But when we're talking about swing trading, you have to let stuff develop. And if you want to start swing trading, which is the whole point of this channel, is to become learned on that, you gotta get a little bit of patience. Dude, you need to cut out the Shib stuff, okay? Unless like Doge now has all this information, you can do some technical analysis on Doge at this point, right? And find some levels. Yeah, I think it's garbage, but it's got historical data to at least have an argument as to why you're getting in on it. Not just that I have a feeling, whatever. If you find yourself saying, if you're explaining why you're in on something, and it's just, I feel like it's gonna go up, you're not doing it right. Okay, you got to get your feelings out of it. The whole thing about trading is to try and not have feelings. Feelings are what cloud your judgment, mess you up. But yeah, Cardano, as far as from its low here, July 19th to September 2nd, the high has retraced 61.8% of its value. All right, now do we have some confluence going on? Levels of support, it bouncing off the 1618. Let's go ahead. All right, we don't want purple. Let's go ahead and put some support lines on here. All right, so you're trying to hang on to this little swing low back here from August 18th. This little swing low here from September 21st. All right, you're trying to hang on and close above it. You have a minute and 50 until the daily candle close, so that is coming right up. So we'll get a good look at Bitcoin, see what's doing. It's down 3%, so I don't think you're going to get a favorable close, but we will know very shortly here. But Cardano, dude, 61.8% of its value at this peak also from June 3rd. So Bitcoin could continue to dump, and this could sell off down to like the 786, which lines up perfectly with July 4th's high here, okay? Which could be a level of support. Also from the peak back here on April 15th earlier this year. So I actually really like Ethereum down at those levels of support. That's where I would be looking to scoop up some Ethereum. But you've got the 200-day moving average and the 618 and these levels of support, so we'll see. If Bitcoin keeps dumping off, I mean, Cardano's probably going to go with it, okay? Crypto still follows Bitcoin for the most part. It's still the meta. No, Rob, sorry, I just saw that, man. Not all crypto has limited supply. I think, I mean, I'm sure there's some out there that do, but most of them, the creators can create more of the coin. So that's what makes Bitcoin unique compared to a lot of the other altcoins, that it does in fact have a fixed supply, and it doesn't have a centralized entity that can just print more, right? Like the government does with the dollar, okay? We're starting to see some trouble with that. So that's why it's considered kind of a hedge to inflation, because it's kind of inflation proof in a way. You can fork it off and make other Bitcoins and stuff, but the original Bitcoin that people put their money into and trust can't have any more supply added to it. So it's like, that's why they call it like digital gold. Okay. Can you still transact with Bitcoin? It doesn't really make sense right now. I know that the fees are super high for it. So as far as transacting in Bitcoin, unless they start doing some stuff with the network to like speed it up or whatever, I know there's like a big debate in the Bitcoin community about changing anything, even if it would make it a little better or faster. So I think really Bitcoin's biggest argument is as like a store of value, a digital store of value with a limited supply to hedge against the horrors of hyperinflation, stuff like that. That's why you see countries that have hyperinflation. I think, sorry Venezuela if I got you wrong there, but I think that's why all that news was coming about Venezuela wanting to move to accept Bitcoin, the Dominican Republic, right? Yeah, that too. Bitcoin's still, it's still a very volatile asset, which is why I laugh when people say, no, I don't want to get on Bitcoin, it's too slow. It's too slow right now. What am I going to get, 50% in a month? Like, come on. That's awful. And I'm just showing you like this. Okay?
Come on, man.
Don't be rude.
Nice.
Okay.
But, no, you're right, man. No, Bitcoin is definitely considered a volatile asset, right? It's just the least volatile of crypto. But compare it to like Apple or Amazon or just the stock market in general, it is, super volatile. Yep, and that's definitely a reason that businesses don't accept it, right? I mean, you could give somebody a product, let's say it costs $100, take $100 worth of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is down, in the course of, a week, it's down about 14%. Right? So you just lost $14 on that product you gave out that's still worth $100. So it's definitely a reason. Let's see. Okay, you just closed your daily candle, and you closed it right at the peak here from February 21st. So you have seemingly held that support for the time being. Okay, and let me double check this. Okay, see, it's not even down to the 382, so you're just hanging on to the support. I want to move it over to the 4 hours, see if we had any kind of... All right, so you're working on it now. You're going to want a decisive green candle here within the next 4 hours to try to get this Class A bullish divergence argument back into play. I'm kind of curious here. Move to the hourly. Nothing on the hourly. If you're counting this peak on the hourly, I mean, you need to get back above that. Otherwise, on the hourly, it's a shorter time frame, but it's, it will give it a indication into what the 4 hour will do. You would paint some hidden bearish divergence if you can't get back above this little high here at like 61,000 with this positive momentum. Okay, you need that to continue to build. So I don't know, man. It just, in my opinion, it looks like this level of support's a little shaky. Unless you get a decisive 4 hour candle, but the hourly is not really helping you yet. All right. So that was Bitcoin's daily candle. Just another big red guy. Let's see. Ethereum also got a big red guy, kind of following suit. Oh, look at the green now. Okay. Everything's showing green.
Are you sure about that?
For the time being. Oh, Shib's in the red. Uh-oh. Oh boy, you're screwed. You're so screwed, dude. This is awful. Just kidding. Doesn't mean anything yet. But you did paint a big indecision candle in that last 4 hour. So indecision candles at these levels, at being overbought, is not a good sign. It's not the worst sign. It's not like dark cloud cover or anything that major, but indecision at these levels is showing that, look, like right here, you didn't have an indecision candle after this one, you had a big green. The buying was still very strong. Showing this indecision candle, we'll see. You've got a lot of time to get this thing going again, all right? Nothing's confirmed. Indecision kind of just means one way or the other. It's not really bad, but it's also not good. Okay. A lot of time to buy. Never really a time to buy Shiba. Okay, alright. What else? What did, yeah, it's just gonna be big red candles across the market, right? Everything was down 10%, whatever. Cardano, I'm kind of surprised at how much Cardano dumped. Being the, you know, the number 3 coin overall, that's pretty interesting that it had that, well, like Bitcoin's 1, Ethereum's 2. They were down like 2 to 3%. Number 3 was down 10%. Okay, but if you like Cardano and you've been waiting to get into Cardano, you'll want to see it. Okay, how are you going to get in Cardano if it just goes up forever? Nice. Okay. Well, anybody in here, you got anything you want me to look at? Any kind of stocks or anything? I don't think the S&P did anything today. I know I got a notification that Ford made like an all-time high or something. 52-week high. Yeah, what's that though? Okay. 52-week high. What the hell is that talking about? Yeah, back on October 21st. Google was up about 5% on the day. Wow. And look, it's just respecting the F out of this channel up.
Okay.
Remember what I was talking about. When it gets to the top, you'll expect to see some selling off. Bottom, you buy it. And what did you do down here at the bottom? Boom, big green bullish engulfing candle. And of course, the weekly just looks stupid on Google. Look at the hidden bullish divergence. The weekly starting to play out. No doubt with some help from that daily. But the hidden bullish divergence, okay? You have 1 day and 20 hours. If this closes with a bullish engulfing candle on the weekly, with this amount of hidden bullish divergence, I mean, definitely more upside for Google, but that's a really good sign as far as the strength of this this trend, this run for Google. All right. You guys still here?
Come on, man.
Yeah, tell me that okay, yes, thank God. If I forget to turn the music down, it just kind of destroys the whole video. So I did. So I hope it's not too loud. I don't think it is. Is the music too loud? Yeah, it's too loud. Is that what you're saying? Do that.
What you doing, Terry? Okay.
Wow, what a great audience.
Nice.
That's weird. I just turned it down, so I mean, I kind of want to turn this song up.
Okay. Okay. Are you sure about that?
My man.
Turn it back down. Okay. I mean, that's the majority of what I want to talk about, man. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin being the leader here. Yeah, I know how to do. I turned it up because I wanted to hear it. All right? Well, I can dance too. I don't just have to sit here and talk like a monkey for you guys all the time. I can't have some fun too. Let's do spins. Let's do spins real quick for everybody. Who's going first? Rob, you'll go first. You've been the most active in here. Let's do it. This is what you have to be for Halloween. I knew it. Get wrecked. Peasant. Guarantee I get Zeus. Let me do me. Spin it.
Test your luck.
Oh my god. How close though. I'm at the gates. Alright, Taylor, we'll do you. Big Visa dip. Well, take a look, man. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome back, dude. Who's that for? Is that for Taylor? Alright, we're all peasants so far. 83R6, dude. You just got in here. Let's give you a spin as well.
Test your luck.
If you get a god this time, right? Where you were once a peasant, you have risen. Almost. You almost got beside. Cool. Peasants all around. Just a stream of peasants. Cool. Let's take a look at Visa then. Visa. Oh, down 7% on the day. Let me clean this up. Ooh, and you gapped. Oh, and you're below the 200-day moving average. Any significant events that went on today for Visa that I missed? Any kind of earnings or anything like that? I mean, this is a violent move for a company this big. But look at where you stopped. All right, you stopped right at this local low here from September 20th. Go ahead, zoom out a little. I'm trying to find like a major swing low. Let's do this. Right at the 786. I do not believe you had a cipher here. That's way too tall. Yeah, you don't want point C to be above the 1618. So if you could have kept it below, well, actually, where are you? Where did I pin that? Where did I anchor that? Hold on. 786. I'm missing something here. What's going on here? Why is the fib node? Let me restart this. All right. I mean, it's not a cipher, okay? It's not going to be a cipher pattern. Maybe... Nah, that point to that point is just too high. Retraced about 50%. That's fine. Yeah, the 1A12, it's too high. I don't know what I'm smoking here. The fib's going to the 786. That's not... Okay, whatever. Am I crazy here? Fibonacci's line up at 786, but the harmonic is not. What? Okay, whatever. It's not a harmonic anyway. But you're at the 786 retrace, okay? And really, you also had a little bit of a swing here. I mean, we're looking at the daily. This is a significant spot. The 113, the 786 from this swing low at historical levels. These peaks back here from September 2nd, okay? So you're at levels of support. So let's see if the oscillators are helping you out at all. You just painted your first red candle since September 23rd. Agree. I don't know about any events. Busy day, week. Yeah, man. I hear ya. Yuck. Hidden bullish divergence has been wiped out. You got below this low locally. Yeah. No hidden bullish divergence to be seen. Below the 200-day moving average. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it violently gapped down like this. That looks like some kind of news-driven thing, so depending on what that was, could give an implication. There's nothing on the oscillators for any kind of short-term relief. You just closed at a high negative candle. You're not even oversold yet as far as the 4 hours concerned, but you're at levels of historical support. So levels of historical support, the 113 of this low to this high, the 786 of this low to this high. So Fibonacci levels. Yeah, I mean, hey man, you could get some support here. It's pretty oversold. If you fall below this, let's see where your support below that lies. Yep, okay. I would say first up, 213.95. This peak back here from February 18th. Yeah, and then you had another little shoulder here, January 23rd. But what I really want to look for is, was there any structural damage on the weekly? And we can go ahead and measure it from the COVID crash. Oh boy. You had nice hidden bullish divergence potential going on here. If you close this out in a day and 20 hours as a bearish engulfing here, oh man, I don't know, man. That looks kind of gross. I don't like that at all. I do not like this giant red weekly candle. So, and let's see if you fell out of the range. So, you know, VSO is just in a channel. Yeah, man. Wow. So even in this long range that you've had since March 23rd of 2020, you have for the very first time fallen out of it if you close where it currently is. So yeah, man, there could be more downside on this if you can't get this thing back in line here into this channel with these levels of support. You're doing something you've never done before. You're outside of that channel. You've just broken that trend line. So Visa beat earnings, but MasterCard earnings coming real soon. Yeah, beating earnings doesn't always mean it's going to go up. And that's why here's a point too. All right, you do not want to trade into earnings ever. Earnings, also think of them just like a coin flip, okay? Because yeah, they might be showing, oh, they've made so much money and the earnings are great, blah blah blah. But if during the call they say this or that is going to affect next quarter's earnings, we're going to earn less. Any negative news that has nothing to do with the earnings they just got could signal an actual reverse and a sell-off. And I learned that the hard way in college because my strategy during my trading class was to just trade all the earnings because they were so volatile, and I would take out options on them. This was all fake money and whatever, but I would just take out options, puts or calls on the earnings dates. And Wells Fargo made a lot of money this year. Let me do a call on them. I'm a genius right before the earnings date because it's going to go crazy. It's so volatile, it's going to go up. And then I'm going to be first in the class and impress my teacher. And you know where I ended up? At dead last, and I had to give a speech on it. And I had one other classmate who was taking my advice, and she got second to last, I think. Yeah. So, you don't want to trade earnings dates. It's a coin flip, okay? Could be good earnings, but then they say, you know, I cheated on my wife. Boop, down 10%. You just never know. You can't have all the information. All right, if it was that easy and you could just trade volatile earnings reports, you would just do a short or a long on it every single time, and people would just make money that way. People don't really make money. There's no strategy for just trading earnings dates, all right? Coin toss. Black or red.
Right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Falling out of this channel. Gross. Doesn't look good. All right, hopefully hold the support and get back in there, but historic, I guess. Yeah, good suggestion, man. Nice. Yeah, man, I think that is it. Okay, so, dude, appreciate you guys stopping by. Candle closes red. Oh, look at all the green. Going straight back up to 80,000. Yeah, okay. We're going to go ahead. Right. As I said, if you're looking to get on Bitcoin, this green zone right down here, beautiful spot. This area isn't big, but I was thinking of increasing this hold up. Yeah, man, I mean, it doesn't look good right now, okay? And it could start to pivot at that support and then maybe start showing some reversal signals or something, but there's better looking assets out there that you can get in on, right? You don't have to invest in Visa. Now, Visa is just a behemoth in the space, so, you know, long term is probably good. It just depends on your time frame. But yeah, right now, I mean, just because it's down doesn't mean that it's necessarily a good time to get in. You want to wait for the edge, and like Bitcoin, right? If it got down in here at the 50% retrace at levels of support, showing hidden bullish divergence at that point with some kind of candle close confirmation, that's an edge. All right, that's an edge you would watch carefully over the next few days, next week or so, whatever, if it gets down to those levels, all right? And then you would take that. Put the money in Bitcoin there instead of Visa, right? Which isn't showing an edge. It just sold off for God knows why, right? So yeah. Put it in your 401k, not financial advice. Visa though, I know it's in most people's 401ks. Long term, probably fine. But if you're trying to swing trade it, not an edge on it right now. All right. Cool.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure about that, John Cena.
Toasty!
Nice!
So yeah, that is going to do it, guys. All right, I've been live about an hour, a little over about an hour 20 now. Even when it's selling off, dude, exciting stuff going on, man. This is where you want to start paying attention and looking and mapping out areas that make sense to you to get in on the asset, right? You don't want to be doing it when it's going nuts, going crazy up, and there's just nothing, right? You feel like it's going to keep going. Do not do that. You're going to lose money long term. 90% of traders lose money in this stuff, and a lot of them have that mentality. And then they'll come back to you, and the market's out to get me. The market's against me. I'm so unlucky. Blah, blah. It's like, no, dude, you're just doing it the opposite way, and you know you're doing it the opposite way that the experts say or whatever. You know, you'll quote Warren Buffett, and then you'll do the exact opposite of what he says. So be honest with yourself. Be patient. Educate yourself, invest in yourself before getting involved in this stuff, and you can make some money. Or just be a gambler, come in and willy-nilly, and maybe you'll make some money too. Gamblers make money. Not all gamblers lose. So yeah, that's it. A little bit of a ranty stream, but rant over. And yeah, guys, I will be back on Friday. Same time, I think. Probably shooting for 7 p.m. And we'll see where we're at then. In the meantime, as always, if you have not yet, hit the like button, the subscribe button. Nobody's hitting the subscribe button while I'm live, and it plays a very funny dodgeball clip that I don't even know if it works live. But go ahead, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Help me out with this algorithm thing with YouTube, so we can potentially get some more people in here, get some more ideas flowing, and just grow this thing, man. All right, educate some people. Okay, cool. Yeah. I will see you guys on Friday. And also, if you just want to continue the conversation and want to talk about stuff, dude, the Discord down at the bottom left, at Obe Technical Analysis. Download the Discord app, just search that name, get in there, dude. I'll get notifications every time you send something. Any questions, whatever, I'll be on that thing to just 24/7 if you want to talk about that. So jump in there if you want to, if you have questions for me when I'm not live. And yeah, follow Instagram, follow Twitter. I think that's everything. Nice. Cool. All right, guys. Have a great Wednesday night. I will see you guys on Friday. Peace.
the officer problem.
Oh my god.
What, you're selling fruit bowls or something?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Come on, man.